Well, hello and welcome back to the NECC, where we are just getting started here with Counter-Strike. My name is Vincent, joined over there by Get the Bag Mark. Mark, how are you doing this fine evening?
Doing very, very well, Vinny. Excited to be back with you here in the collegiate space. And you know what? Honestly, it's the fall semester, and this is where things can get a little bit spicy here, right when we're kicking it off. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a good reason for the smile on my face today. We got a good one on the cards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm excited actually to get some Counter Strike here. Technically, this is like the second week of broadcasts that we're doing here at the
Yes.
NECC, but it's actually still week one for Counter Strike in D1, which is where we're going to be headed, the first division. And listen, let's just jump into talking about it. Let's talk about the matchup that we have. Actually, Marky, I'll let you handle it. Why are you excited? Why you got that smile on your face?
Look, man, look, I gotta say it's for a couple of reasons. I say it's for those Aggies down there. I say that it's because we got a very, very solid matchup to kick off our week one here with the best of three, with Michigan Maize and Tamu, the Aggies coming down there from College Station.
Yeah, I mean, there's, I think, a lot of reasons to be excited, even beyond what you've mentioned. First and foremost, I think Michigan Maize, they have been, over the last couple of semesters, kind of making their way through, and I think building into a stronger and stronger roster that we really haven't seen the best of yet. And I think that's exciting, first and foremost. But then, obviously, Texas and they come off a championship winning season in
Yep.
other spaces here in the collegiate area. I mean, not only that, I mean, what a year for this program, actually. A win in collegiate for Counter-Strike. Obviously, they won CVAL too. Like, this is pretty cool. I think Texas A&M come into this, and especially for this division, which, listen, it's a pretty interesting one, rocking some pretty cool matchups. I mean, they've got UH in here. They've also got Michigan, as we just talked about, and they've got
Yep.
Texas Tech. There's some pretty good teams actually mixing it up here in Group A. So there's a lot on the line for this group, especially.
No, I really do agree. I mean, it's going to be fun when we exactly get to see everybody kind of crack out. I mean, Group B is also looking like a lot of fun. I know that there are some matchups playing out there tonight. I know Northwood is about to dip into one of their first games. There's a lot to be explored here with both of these groups because it's very stacked. It's very stacked, and that's what gets me so excited about it. But we start off here in Group A, where look, Texas A&M, in other kind of ways in the collegiate space, you know, you and I were watching one of their games recently. They had an official versus Houston. It didn't go particularly well for them.
It was a big upset, that's for sure. I
Yes.
mean, the fact that they lost is crazy to see, but honestly, I don't know if my confidence is shook too much because of that. But I think the more important to talk about is the veto. See how this is going to pan out, because there's very clear win conditions. I feel like for Texas A&M, they've got very clear spaces in the map pool that they like to see and ones that they are less interested in. And I think that as a whole, they've got a very good map pool for themselves tonight.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I think it's going to be a fun one to kind of see exactly kind of snuffling in. We're going to be seeing, it looks like Texas A&M start on the CT side of Mirage, which will be a very nice look to see them going and kind of get that fire burning very early in this best of three, obviously kind of referred to the very early kind of starts we've had here kind of across the collegiate space. But kind of looking at the beginning of this veto, man, it's time to dump on Vertigo, Vincent. The conversation in the scene today was about how this didn't get played at one of the larger events that we just had in the space. In the other ESEA leagues, it was played like 3% of the time or something. Like, time to take it out, man. It's the first gone in our veto today.
I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about cooking up a tweet about the like how many times it was chosen in advance. I just haven't got the time to do that. So unfortunately, I think I've missed my window. But yeah, it's not been great. Not been great. And what has been great though, I think, is Mirage. Michigan elect to bring us there, and this has been a map that Tamu have actually had some success on. I think Michigan. This is a comfort pick for a lot of people. This is a comfort pick for just about any squad. I feel like you can kind of mix and match, drag and drop pieces, and still be very confident on Mirage, which is why I like that Michigan are heading there. One thing that is going to be kind of frustrating, I think, is that Anubis pick. Texas A&M, I was really impressed with what they put together on Anubis when I watched them play against Georgia Tech a couple of weeks ago. I think they dominated. It was like a 13-4 or something. It was really impressive.
Yeah, look, I think that at least from, the anecdotal knowledge of from what I know from the squad, they're definitely going to be able to at least kind of call well around a lot of their very nice pieces. We were obviously kind of referring to that game they had against the University of Houston a couple of times, man. I think you made a very nice point to say that it maybe didn't shake your confidence too much because, look, you saw still a couple of those players really swing through with a couple of those nice performances. It was Craze that did really well, Roman in a lot of those shades, but ultimately didn't go their way at the end of the day. But I think regardless, I think it's going to show through here. Perhaps a sense of urgency on the field tonight. It'll be fun to see.
Yeah, and listen, I think that maybe didn't shake my confidence in the long term for Texas A&M, but I think that sets up a Michigan team that has some really nice pieces. Like, this is a team in Michigan Maize that have experienced players, similarly experienced actually in some ways, in many ways, to what Texas A&M are working with. Now, granted, it's been a couple of seasons, in fact, that these guys have kind of been working together, but they also have, Michigan specifically, really good individuals like Snuff, who I think can absolutely kind of carry them over the line in a lot of these types of matchups. So as we jump into the action, it is going to be the pistol round underway. Michigan already breaking their way through mid and up catwalk to see if they can push through onto the B-bomb site. But Roman, Char, they both have something to say, and it's no-go zone here for Michigan.
I think that's a perfect way to describe it. Notch just puts the end to Dual Jack on the cat, and the Aggies are already off to a very nice start with the great hold on B. Nas and Char, I'll tip my hat to you already.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, right? Talking of that upset that we were referring to elsewhere in the collegiate space for Texas A&M, I think that a lot of the individuals not showing up that day, that is why, for me, I don't feel like there's too much. I'm not riding too much on that loss. Whereas, if Texas A&M have some of those individuals, pop up and play at their best that I know that they're capable of, it's no big deal. But it's just a Glock round, Marky. There's not much to work for. I also think that key thing to note, I'm gonna assume Mad is their coach.
Yeah, I believe
they were asking about a sub.
It's a nice 4K for Roman. But yeah, I think right before the game happened, unfortunately, due to a player not being able to make it for one reason or another, Matt is going to be stepping in for the time being, which, hey man, we got to see what the coaches got for us in terms of juice. I think at the moment, taking a pause. Just trying to bring this right out of apartments. It's Matt again that we're on with this. Nas is up on top of the van. Nas with a very nice swing there, and we do apologize. Gonna make sure everything is well and good on the production side. Sufafu with a very nice frag in the middle, but Char is immediately fragged himself. It was all the way up cat. They tried to go in that pistol. However, they are just gonna slink it right up con. Roman forced back, no choice in the matter. Right now, all the space has been dealt towards A. Right now, Michigan finally get the bomb down.
Yeah, Nas on a pretty quick rotation, but it's a long road to get back in there, and Roman just having to play the patience game. That allows a long time for these post-plant positions to get activated, and it's a pretty strong one for that matter. Essentially a crossfire from a double up towards ramp, as well as in the palace side of things. That's just going to hold on this. Yeah, just stick the bomb.
Well,
he's going to get tagged down. No way he gets away with that. They can't track him down through the smoke.
Wow, that's a little ridiculous. And maybe the Aggies taking some liberties already in this one. Nas just putting it all the way through. They spammed him quite well, but no audio cue. I guess to confirm that, you end up having to flick over, running out of bullets, whatever had happened. Out of the freeze time now, and Michigan, They do have a nice bit under them. Nice little bit of a bonus they got off of that bomb plant, able to buy back in fully. Now push up mid, Vinny. And right here, they're bringing the pressure. Nades in hand, and at least Asian for show flicks up for one, but Char cleans them all out. That's a 3K, and it looks like they're still after him.
Trying to chase him down, but fortunately, I don't think there's any way to actually make your way back through this. This is just a long road to recovery that, I'm going to be honest with you, Marky, I don't know if it's even going to get started here. Jack gotta probably do the majority of the heavy lifting, and that's the full set of utility for Mad is available, but what can you really do? When the round starts, like the first 15 seconds, and it's already a 4-on-2, that's always a very difficult difficult pill to swallow.
Very much tend to agree. And there doesn't seem to be much on the plan besides waiting for something to bite on your line. There, Dual Jack just reels that kill in from TV room. Finally knowing where the step will come from. I think both of these A players will rather just kind of put on their heel back. Flash right into Khan, and actually something up top, and Char, confident enough to challenge that, puts the coach into the ground. 1v3 for Dual Jack now.
I mean, give this guy a chance, though. Never done, never over. I feel like when he's got a bomb on his back, chances certainly there. Got a best Roman, though, towards the B site, but just going to tuck in. We'll hang out, carry this weapon over to the next round. Unfortunately enough, that will be able to happen. Char sort of searching, but no chance to get there fast enough, at least not within the time frame allotted. But 4-0 here, Texas A&M already on a real nice road to success on Mirage. It's their opponent's map pick, and they're not letting up.
Definitely so, and I think, you know, one thing that we bring up in the vetoes, and I think for any roster, I think from the perspective you bring up the point of it's a comfort pick, right? Maybe I'll get to the other side of that coin when this mid pushes over, because you know what? The Aggies just can't calm down for a moment. Pushing through the smoke is Nafafu, but he's immediately taken down by MKT, who remains on the push, pushed right into this cubby, and Asian for show just poops right all the way out and could line another one up, Vinny. I think Char may just hold him right to, fortunately, like he had that kill in the books. Even flicks all the way down to Snarf.
I mean, it's nice to see a little bit of success here, but as soon as Texas A&M recognize the threat that Instant Pro Show is putting towards them up at top mid, they take what they've got and they run for it. They had stamped their ticket, gained that space, and forced Michigan to try and regather that, should it be an attempt towards that area of the map. Now, regroup happening. A little bit slow, though, in the form of Mad. One of the two weapons available right now for this T side is taking a lot of time to rotate back towards A, where the hit's going to eventually go. There is a chance, though. Char's low HP, up towards CT, and Craze is sort of, he's right here, but they can get that fight going. They can get that fight won very quickly into Char. There's a way to open this up.
And right there, it was Roman you saw on the move, but that flash right out kind of catches them in transition, but so does Char and Craze. No bomb in the plans at the moment. Dual Jack is put down by Roman, who did earn that frag by the rotation back to CT. The Aggies remain perfect so far.
This is the scary thing, Mark. I was worried about Michigan picking into Mirage. Not because I doubt them or their abilities here, but I know what Texas A&M can do. I mentioned that Georgia Tech game. Well, Georgia Tech picked Mirage into them, and they got schooled. So, getting maybe a little bit of a repeat here. Weapons hot, though. Nat working some magic over in mid. Safafu does the same. That is finally an early round where Tamu are punished.
Yeah, the Wolverines learn. It was every single round that they were trying to, you know, put up that middle fight here. Nas pushed into apartments, and finds out a lot, but understands that his job is not just done here. Can't let the body go all the way down. I'm surprised that Michigan don't just stomp on this. They take their time, knowing that their man advantage is definitely solid. It's Nas that switches out for the AWP. Right here, this may be the best tool for the job on his 20 health.
A little Bogdan's Law. This is really quick from Craze. Craze is so fast on the flank, all the way through T-spawn at this point. And Michigan Maize are really taking their time about this B-pop. Oh my goodness, Snarf, though, holding the line. I can't believe how ready they were for that.
Here goes Nas for his own type of hold. Second, all the way in his scope down on the site. And that's enough said. The Wolverines are finally on the board, putting Nas into bed.
Yeah, a little bit here, a little bit there, but it's all about mid control. All about maintaining that control, and maybe not even for Michigan getting it, because they didn't really necessarily take that space that they had created. But the key, the biggest issue, is that Tamu finally stopped in that area of the map. They finally get routed. And that's why you're seeing Michigan put so much towards this area. They don't even have an AD falter, and now that's maybe going to come back to bite them, Marky, because there's two players, Craze and MKT, both all the way through ramp at this moment in time. It's just 20 seconds into the round.
This is insane. Aggies coming in today. The game plan was show no respect. You show maybe a little bit because they realize maybe we're a little bit too big for our britches, or we finally have a hint about it here. It's top con smoke and a reason to give Craze a little bit of support if he ends up getting caught on a timing here. As Nafafu flash up and sensing something, but bit of an awkward exchange, and Craze, he could be in the position to front this all. Right here, he just got to throw his body into the mix and almost down onto Mad. There is a way back into the round. The Aggies can just take this road. However, it's going to be bumpy. The Wolverines, let's see if they can just rake up another. Is this another big flank we're charred up for? No. Just the positioning to rake this one up. Back to 2v2.
I mean, that is going to allow a possibility, especially now that Nas gets in here, and it's just the coach trying to work against the 1v2 now. 31 HP, it seems unlikely, and they have, like, a very good idea of where he's located. Hard cleared. Walking in together. Tamu take no risks with that retake. After Nas gets his, opens up the 2v2, cuts it down to 1.
Roman gets his AWP back. The Aggies, I guess, back on top, Vincent. But, I mean, at the same time, for the rest of this half, I guess if the Aggies aren't going to keep raking away, this is probably the most reasonable round at the start it has been for them. Wolverines expecting something on the extremity. However, they do go back for the 4 towards A approach. If they just want to go on what it looks to be the pick here, Snarf, with room that he probably shouldn't have gotten, now takes a little bit more of liberties and just goes on the spam towards Roman, down to 26, and still dominating this himself, and Craze works for it hard and finally rakes him up.
He almost had that adjustment. Craze gets a little bit, but then falls back away. MKT, this is the range that usually not going to be ideal, but that flashbang works perfectly. And it's Nas in the clutch. He's good for it multiple times we've seen before, but bomb's still got to be recollected and not quite being taken, actually. Asia Fosho, I feel like he thinks he had grabbed it, but really nice coverage. Just continuing to understand that the first priority is to worry about your crosshair, even though the bomb is the main objective. And that's important to always be thinking about.
He's shown some very, very nice aim so far. 8 frags for the Wolverine squad. And at this point, they're starting to kind of get on a roll. I think it was a little bit awkward they try and go for it, but just playing some simple CS at the moment, and that's what their ticket that buys them into a bit of an eco look for the Aggies right now. Not maybe one they would have had on their ballot at the moment, probably sensing something a little bit more, but the Aggies swallow this pill, so they get a very nice buy in the next. Craze gets very close.
The fact that Michigan are about to run right into Texas A&M's net that they've cast here on A, though. And that distraction's perfect. It tees Craze up for success. A little bit farther forward, though, than maybe he should have been. Ends up going down, and looks like it's going to be a cleanup. The Roman, hold on. I was about to say, that was fish in a barrel type situation. 3 heads, all very close together. But it's only the 1-for-1. And even though a good amount of damage done, Michigan Maize stay in a winning form a couple of rounds straight.
Maybe a bit of a time to talk about it briefly, as I believe this is a tack, a long one at that, a full minute. We're going to get to chat about this one, Vinny.
Yeah, I'm curious. I feel like Michigan have been playing, at this point, just trying to play to force Tamu to show some respect, which is understandable. Now that that has happened, these last couple of rounds of the half, where are they going to go? What's the plan? The attack timeout suggests to me that there's something that they are keying in upon, something that they're thinking about that they want to go for. Trying to see. Got a window smoke here. Is there any early utility that Michigan are looking for? I'm calling mid take. Or not.
Your wish a little bit. It's at least the idea of it. Trying to
It's a
mask
fake.
what's really going on, which is not going to be too obvious for the moment. MKT doesn't about go as far as I thought he would, but Crazy is about to collect information onto this first player at least. Nothing to get too excited about on the Aggie side. Nobody really moves on this defense because they've been waiting all this time to find something in middle, but I think the alarm bells are going to have to start ringing soon.
I mean, eventually, though, actually, maybe not. This is why those alarm bells aren't going off until one player is spotted. It's because there's no utility. It was a contact play out first and foremost, but it would have been effective if they had had a bunch of utility ready to go. Instead, it's just a slower burn. And now eventually Craze moves forward, loses his life, but there is still problems as eventually smokes get tossed into display. Up, oh, so close to going down, but survives only to go through the fire. Nas works 2, and he's going to come back with a USP to add a 3rd to the tally. He's 12-5. The leader for this Tamu roster is currently playing an incredible game of Counter-Strike.
That's definitely something to pay attention. 121 ADR right next to Nas. Who really takes the cake, man? We'll see really at the end of this shake. Roman's having a great time as well, but look, the Michigan Maize squad gets a little bit sloppy there. I think the contact play works. They do end up getting that trade kill, but I think you said it perfectly yourself. They didn't have any utility kind of set up like a right side set in order to take that space properly into the site. It was kind of thrown onto the fly. That's exactly how they like to play here, but eventually that style will kick back up to you. Nas at the B anchor. We're talking about having a very nice game so far. Is now down to 50 with that initial contact.
It's kind of important, too, as the B anchor having that success. Oh,
Wow.
That's great stuff. Yeah, they're mostly unarmored there, but that's great spray control with an MP9, which I don't know about you, but as good as the MP9 is, I struggle with that myself a lot, so always good to see some nice control with that weapon.
Always very much like an MP9 spray down for sure. Stacking them up through con. I guess it was Crazy's turn, huh?
Yeah, you gotta share those ecos.
Oh, and you and I are playing, Vinny. They're all mine, dude. Oh, MKT, they're throwing it all the way back to the beginning of the half. Eventually, Asian for show, that double spray down. Papa Khan, Roman still trying to keep them back into the mix. Steals a frag out of the way, but now re-smoked on the window. Likely no show there, however. Nas sneaks in. Oh, just whiffs onto one head. And now the attention is going to be split. And the coach has got the flick back. 3 versus 2. But let's see exactly where they pedal this bomb in back. It's Craze that could throw him right into the trap.
I mean, the problem here is that this is such a great late position to be in for Craze. The difficulty is going to arise when Tamu have to start making a move. And that move made, Snufafu catches the one. And 2 close flicks, but neither of them connect to send Roman out of this half. It's 8-4, a winning half for Texas A&M, but I think the credit really is to Michigan Maize, where they actually recovered a half that was really flying out of their control.
I feel like they could have gotten more out of it. I mean, they're really kind of coming up into this mirage. Maybe it's just leaving the juice at the door. Obviously, right before the game starts, you have to switch out your 5th player. Kind of throws a little bit of awry into the game plan, but kind of just stayed with what worked was the tempo plays on the T side, going with some of that contact. 8-4 isn't too terrible of a half, especially if you come up with this pistol, but seems like the Aggies have a bit of a plan here. Roman tries to tap out from top middle. At least one of these 2 window players spotted. Now here comes the real peak. Snarf, he's going to be seeing a lot of his shots out, and he's gone down for that exchange.
Their way through up connector into the A-bomb site where nobody currently home anymore. The issue for Michigan is this control that Craze has. So much space has been gained. That being said, if you stake that claim elsewhere, it's maybe not as big of an issue. Craze, though, pushing into CT, getting one and then falling back away. Further confirmation on to the 3rd player towards the market side. Oh, no. This is just all gone perfectly wrong for Michigan. Unless.
Unfortunately, I mean, the kid player was back here, however. Don't even think that could save you. At least it will perhaps in the next. Gets out with the 2 kills in his pocket as well. And Nas has the last laugh. The Aggies, this is looking like a very easy time on Mirage. And they got Anubis in their back pocket as well. So it's all parties down there in College Station. Even when it's a Wednesday night, dude.
Is that when you do the party?
It's Wednesday, my dude.
So yes.
Thank you, production. Yeah, of course, dude.
Big party goer. Not I.
Dude,
Tamu,
don't party like an Aggies party. Look at the B site right now. It's lit.
Well, is it? They showed up and nobody was home. So maybe I don't know.
Party left.
Is that
They weren't
good? That's
invited.
bad? I don't know, but
Everyone just hanging out in their cliques this round. Don't want to interact with each other. These dang kids.
somebody out in the yard yelling, "Get off my lawn!"
It's a crazy neighborhood, man.
You know, it gets wild out here. You know,
Breaking open these smokes.
they're on the hunt for these eeks.
This is just a part of the game. At least Snufafu gonna be out. And that kit's still in play. Jack looking for these connector swings. He does find them. Oh, unfortunate for Snarf. It's one member of Michigan to actually get out. And I don't have my wristwatch around anywhere. However, this one is going to be quite quick, I feel like, on the first map.
I mean, it's currently looking like it, but I think we need to hold off on that just for a moment. Michigan Maize, they've got one real big opportunity right here and now to work some magic to find their way through. And Tamu, I mean, a B rush again. Now there's a lot of Molotovs that floor carpeted in fire, but they get them both. Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. And even more done because Snarf had no head armor, which means that Mac 10 so effective. Same true onto Asian Faux Show. Oh no, it's over.
Yeah, we were talking about that respect, Vincent. I got kicked out the door a while ago. MKT1G's in his molly right at the end. It feels like a victory laugh and a laugh all at the same time. We love that.
Dude, I can't believe they go for another B rush there, and I can't believe it worked so well.
If it ain't broke.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was what their call was with middle. Because unfortunately, Doljak right now takes that fight. Battle down to 24. Asian for show only gets one. Now has punched out himself. Now the Deagles will duel in mid, however. No Deagles taking any kills here. It's just the coach. Keep him from 12.
I'm thinking probably not going to keep him from 12, unfortunately.
What do you mean? Great positioning right here.
Yeah. Nice
Who's
shot.
the first? Good try.
I will agree with that one. Indeed, a good try. Gonna need more than a good try, though, to help carry this one over the line. And as a reminder, Michigan, them peeking into this map is just unfortunate that they're running into this type of resistance.
Well, we know these Aggies to be some gamers, and I think that's just the danger of picking into a map like Mirage, where it can go poorly for you. You are just not shooting straight, and unfortunately, I wouldn't say that's nearly the problem, as maybe just kind of shoved out at every point, playing a little bit puggier. I feel like the Aggies, giving them that respect, you kind of got to play a little bit looser when there's a new variable into the mix as your coach steps up, and honestly does pretty well for the try at 8-14 currently. He's had, yeah, I know that's not too great of a scoreline, but the impact is there, I do say.
I would tend to agree with that. It's going to be good. This round looking likely to be the turnaround that Michigan were looking for, though time frame on it, how long that would last, is what is in question, what is unclear.
Waited patiently for that window boost. Originally
So
boosted
respectful.
onto like the lip, right? To try and find something from Cat. It gotta be. It's all the etiquette. As right here, immediately checked into CT. Right here, going to be checked out from Palace. Roman's not. That's an amazing kill, but all the way down into the 1v3 for Craze now, who deals onto Doljak.
Just about to say, there was a world where the bomb could go down, but Craze would have had to really read into the move from Mad to jungle, and that just doesn't happen, doesn't work out. Michigan, unfortunately, now in a spot where, you know, one of those rounds is great, but they can't afford for that to just be a one-off. It needs to be much more, and we've really seen only some one-offs, a couple of rounds put together back to back, but those were more rare. And it's already Roman opening the door, opening proceedings. The frag onto the opposing player in window. Not the molly that Nas was looking for, but nobody's there.
All this space they've gotten before the contact comes back. They have plenty to work with here. And before they even get to use the nades on the belt, the kills get dealt. That's just going to be very easy equation to add out, Vinny. 1v4 and the bomb plant down. It was an easy win for the Aggies, streaking back on the Mirage and taking no Wolverine prisoners, man. It is horror for the boys in blue.
Yeah, I mean, they come into this map picking into Mirage, was talking about the possibilities and maybe what you could read into a little bit here for Michigan, but unfortunately we didn't see any of that come to fruition. And as dumb as it is, and I hate to use this as kind of a get out of jail free card, but honestly, it really hurts when so many of the Tamu players are like individually on such a high level today. We saw previously kind of what they look like, very beatable when that's not the case. But when 3 out of 5 players are all like really really playing well, multiple people were like 12-3, 12-5, in that conversation before we even got to the second half. Like this is just an impressive showing from Texas A&M. I don't know that Michigan really were having that much of trouble shooting back necessarily. I just think that the second player was always there, was always ready.
No, I mean, they definitely have played a Mirage a time or two, got those rotations like very, very down. But I mean, like I talk about their CT side, I really think they ran a great little offense kind of there at the end. But yeah, I think the second player you're kind of referring to is them always kind of having that timing to get that very nice trade. The Aggies just do the simple things well because they don't have to overcomplicate it in that matchup too much.
Yeah, not complicated. And that's what we're going to keep it here. We're going to see what Anubis has to offer. The Aggies pick into their map pick up next after this break. Alrighty, gamers, it's time to get back into this matchup here at NECC. And, well, it wasn't exactly the plan Michigan Maize had kind of drawn up for themselves coming into this series, I wouldn't think. Mirage, their map pick, Marky, but it didn't go to the end of that one with a W. It was the loss, and it was a pretty dominant one, too.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would kind of sit on that same foot. Look, it's going to be a little bit tricky picking into a Mirage where, it's the beginning of the season and maybe you just got to kind of throw out a feeler pick Like, I don't think anybody is panicking kind of too hard with either of these reactions. I think we came into this matchup, right? It's the beginning of the fall semester. We had just one of the first games that we got to see from the Aggie side last week, where in, other points of the collegiate circuit, they lost to Houston right away and then bounced back today, right? Like, these things can happen. But I think for probably finding yourself wrong place at the wrong time against a team that has the fire kind of lit under them after that match against the Cougs.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. Probably not wanting to repeat, not wanting to start NECC off on a bad foot, on a bad look either.
Right.
Considering this is, like I said, week 2 for most of NECC stuff, but for Counter-Strike, it is still week 1, and this is the opening matchup. And we are into the pistol round here, as Tamu on the defensive side won't get the preferable start, considering this is their map pick. They got to clear out Craze. They know this, and they almost lined up, but Asian Faux Show is able to clear them out and get the bomb down.
Not sneaking right in, and Dual Jack just going to be executed. All of a sudden, a 2v2 now. Roman going to be tagged out as well. Now a clear line of scrimmage as the retake occurs. Post plant played from A main. Here goes Asian for show with the tap. And now Nas going to go 2 for 2. Not impossible as he's drops Navafu pretty damn low. Goes for the reload. There's no peek. He's got it again. Nas with just the ice in his veins to stick the defuse.
Dude, I mean, yes, but also, like, Snuff, what is he supposed to do there? That's the guy who has the kit? I mean, unlucky, really. Dang, man. Absolutely fantastic for Nas just to hold on to that one, but I don't even think that you can apply any blame there to Michigan or to Snufafu, who was the guy in the clutch. That's just a tough pill to swallow in Texas A&M. Showing no stop to what they started on Mirage. It's fast for Michigan towards the A-bomb site on this force buy, which is going to be stalled out by a single Molotov, actually. I don't elect to try and smoke that off and go through. It's just the hard stop. Brakes squealing.
Down below, sees a little bit of something from middle. Char doesn't get out too badly, down to only 50 health. MKT, that is a hell of an engagement. Asian for show, not waiting any sort of time. Roman now around the corner is the next victim, but Char still keeping this close. Gets that frag back in middle. However, they're still paying attention to this, and they're still going down to Char. Now they're going on the way back at the moment. It's that molly that's down, but that timing not found.
Oh, that timing, though. It's going to work out beautifully. And, I mean, audio keep giving away, but, oh, that's disgusting. It might work out, though. Char adjusting for the second opportunity will be successful. That was ambitious for Nas. I'll admit it. It works out.
Definitely ambitious. What are you going to do? Honestly, a great one to kind of rake back where... Now you face up against the Pistols again, and the Wolverines insist on going for the riskier start where they catch up to them. Obviously, one kind of roll, one round back, when opportunity presented on an Anubis T side can be taken quite far. I think they're going to wait for that golden opportunity.
Yeah, I think you're right. Don't want to send good money after bad either by going too far into this thing. Oh my goodness, that was really close to lining up the headshot, and Char getting the reload off, but now caught between 2 different angles. So a weapon recovered. That's the M4 now grabbed up Snuff, and hold on. Now they can utilize some range. Snuff gets another one. Oh, what the heck are we doing here? Michigan, they've bided their time, Marky, and they might have had a perfect chance.
See if they can get in again to the dance. It's Craze that's going to show up Stag all the way to E-Box. Just going to be staring this down, and Asian for show Doesn't go so deep on that peak. Goes back to Street because he's got to clear, and they found Nos. But look at who appears. It's Craze that has gone down below on the stage, and Matt has been taken out. So a 1v1, and Snarf is just trying to just keep the distance here with the smoke down. He's got to just go with the trick, almost with that time down all the way. Does he have enough? Craze should have it right in his briefcase. It's 3 in a row for the Aggies.
I was getting concerned, Marky. You know the golden rule. I think you were there for it. If you got the smoke in a 1v1 on the B side of Anubis on the retake, always smoke the bomb. Because it's terrifying if they can just get a peek over the top. But all good. Not going to be their undoing this time. Texas A&M. They let things get out of hand, though, in that round. It really limits the way that they can build up an economy. In fact, they don't really have one. And the op posted onto MKT's position.
Oh, man. Now this immediate response is tempting. However, could be immediately snapped out by Snarf. It's Craze that forces that all the way back. That's where the shift in players comes from. Back to a 4v4. Now trying to get this movement outside of B. They have the door all the way open in the front. There's a smoke all the way back, and Nos keeps them pedaling, but the tempo is now going to be at the pace of the Wolverines when that bomb goes down. But look at Char sneaking on the way back through, and that's a great shot.
Yeah, now Snuff, I mean, it's got a lot to do. Here's them both, though, stomping through streets. So there's information. Oh, a little bit scary, but still possible. Has to go for the pistol, but not so confident. He is playing incredibly forward positions and winning these fights anyway. I just love to see him poised and postured with that confidence. Even taking out the pistol on low HP.
Vincent, we're going to go off topic for a moment, but
let's do it.
You know, my presidential counsel just came in here and handed me a sealed envelope with some crazy news. We have just had a very cool Counter-Strike update. The Armory has just been released, and there are lots of crazy things, including charms, plenty of stickers. We'll get it all to a minute. Crazy stuff across the board here on a nice Wednesday night. I hope you are ready to spend your money tonight, Vinny.
My pocketbook is wide open.
Mine as well.
Wait, what is that? Oh, that's a nice nade. Assuming it landed. That's a cool nade.
Nade skins, maybe?
Maybe.
Seems to be a cosmetic update at most and stuff like that. We got to roll through this game first. Man, I'm glad that update came now, so it didn't shut us down. We'll see how it does protrude Roman. Bit of a Draken miss right there as he escapes into the night.
Okay, the difference is Draken was a professional player. All right? Let's calm down, all right?
You're saying Roman's not a professional?
Professional may be in my heart.
Unfortunate. Okay, so there was a gallery case.
All right, we're chill. We're
elemental
stopping.
and craft stickers.
No,
this is crazy. Experience 2 all-new sticker collections that encourage you to mix and craft your own favorite art. I don't really think they're adding a new feature. I think they're just adding more like artsy stickers to like have more creative builds with. This is pretty cool, but you know, I don't want to like be that Counter-Strike fan that's then like mad when we finally get something, but it's not like too like huge of a like.
You want to be a hater, I get it.
I'm hating. I mean, look, man, we've been hearing about the charm thing for a while, and I'm just like, you know, we could be Rainbow Six if we want to. Like, I don't mean to be that guy.
Wait, so when you say charm, is it like the gun buddies in Valorant?
Yeah, like a little thing hanging off of it.
Yeah, okay. Sorry,
It looks to be cool. Maybe you could put like a little knife on there, like a little gun, maybe op.
I know our producer will be
pog.
devastated. Wait,
Ooh,
let's
awesome.
go.
Awesome.
I was gonna say, I know our producer will be devastated to know that I didn't know for Rainbow Six what you meant. This is sick, actually.
Yeah.
Wait, we're knowers.
This is beautiful.
So yeah,
isn't that the what game does that look like it's from? It's like a Fall Guy. Look at him. Oh, that is so funny. That is hilarious. There's some funny ones.
Wait, you can have a little gun on your gun?
Ooh, I haven't seen the stickers yet. Oh, that's an awesome Zeus skin. Loving those dualies.
Okay. All right. This is
Dude, this is wonderful.
okay. I'm gonna be the hater now.
This is culture, Vincent. But the A hit is out, and we're back to the game.
The A
But it's an
hit.
eco.
The what hit?
The B hit. Still should be A. Still protesting outside of the Valve headquarters specifically for that, not for other things.
All right.
Make the bomb sites correct, please.
Yeah, honestly, you're right though. Doesn't bother me anymore, but you're right. The fact that they got this up is kind of crazy though. That's just gonna get away with an op for free? $3.99?
Free 99. Trying to run it in at the end, tapping the bomb. It does bring back somebody briefly, but it only actually pushes out MKT from the round. Not sure he's going to be too bent up about it, but we're back. Dude, that's looking sick. That op is awesome. That's like a Mirage. Oh, this is the Overpass collection.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Valve. What are we doing? We
Oh,
are.
that's so cool.
There's no way we're taking out a good map like Overpass, replacing it with Dust 2, and then releasing the Overpass collection. That's insult to injury, man.
Perhaps it's on its way back, you know?
It better be.
Dude. These are 3 cases, bro. Ooh! M4 fade? Yo, that's actually sick. Hold on.
Oh my goodness.
Dude. What a time to be alive. What a time to light. Lol. Shout out to production.
He's feeding you. Oh, nice flash
Beat it
aggression. Here for Texas A&M, taking B control. Char's got everything here. But the op's still around, though it doesn't actually peek out. Wait, this is a huge gap that's been allowed. And it might just be the undoing of the T's. No, they get away just in time, but you know, should be confirmation that this isn't going to be B, at least for now. As soon as it gets towards bridge, yeah, full rotation off the B site for MKT. They're going to walk into 3 players strong here on A.
And it's that stand that's going to come through before there's going to be any word in from Char. So it's going to have to be the multi-kill. I guess that comes through from Mads. Oh, MKT's effort is not in vain. However, it's got to be gone out and caught out is Char, but only for this first situation, only down to 46. But can't make the opera miss. It's a great hold by Michigan to carry over that 3rd round. Oh, we're back.
Okay, we're not doing this. There's no way we're doing this.
Dude, but look at these. Look at these.
They are pretty sick. These are better than all the other ones we've seen.
This is like... That looks so cool.
So there's 4 cases?
Bruh.
So we just
What is
printed...
this? Forge and Fire and Heat Treated Desert Eagle with the... Okay, thanks. With its unique wear and pattern available for limited time in the armory. That's interesting.
It's a case hardened, but not.
We have like natural, like randomly generated like patterns on that to have them not be tradable, perhaps.
That'd be funny. It's probably going to be the case. I get the feeling. Michigan, though, really making a comeback statement. You know, the early rounds of this game, they were not very good.
No, they were not.
Not looking good at all. And Texas A&M looked like they kind of didn't have anything that was bothering them. But Michigan have really quite significantly made this comeback, and they're about to tie up the game. And as we focus back in on it, this eco will be set equalizer. I don't know where Snuff went down. Is there an AK to be found? Yes. Nas has one, and he's grabbed at least another kill. So potentially that drop if Char survives to escape.
Seemingly is slinked away somewhere, but there's a serious opportunity here for the Wolverines when it does come to this T side. Char linked right outside of it. Okay. Unlucky for the man. we'll move right past it. Sweep it out of the way, just like Nas will around this corner. Jeez. At a tied game, Vincent, but we know that there's been some serious discussion, obviously. Like I was, I like to do this just because I'm a bad person. Crack a couple of strays, and that happened to Vertigo at the beginning of our broadcast. Do you remember that?
I do, yeah. I do remember that.
And according to the same statistics, I joke, right? There's been a lot of talk online. It's like the updated kind of basis on exactly where we stand on Anubis. Still, like, I think it's 57%, like, kind of T-sided in the way. But hey, man, that'll happen. That'll happen.
Wait, so what was the point here?
That
perhaps
Anubis is
T-sided like Vertigo?
No, that... Excuse me, before this A hit does happen, perhaps I'll finish my fumbled point after.
I confusion.
But the Molly and Smoke is up. I think a lot of that has to do with how much kind of financial gain is really kind of demanded on an Anubis T side, kind of like Inferno, perhaps, for example, really having this op be an important part of it. With honestly kind of the opposite true of the T side, I feel like you can kind of deal a little with, rather a lot with a little, excuse me, but I didn't expect this kind of pump fake to last this long. Still being very, very kind of patient outside of A, and that one Molly kind of fluffed up now. It's going to go right into Crazy's hands, but he's flashed out. I don't think they've spotted him. They have no idea at the moment because look at Char all the way above, and now surprise, surprise, down below. Crazy's been waiting for his chance. Now Doljak, honestly, a bit of room on the opportunity, and there it is. Door wide open. Doesn't get the kill on Roman. However, now there's a chance.
Roman got to hit some of these sitters, to be honest with you. There's been a couple of them moving onto the open, though. MKT catches the frag, and Texas A&M, though, will not allow Michigan to have a lead. That, too much, too soon. A tied game and a closer game now, but I want to, kind of reiterate here, though, what our expectations for Tamu would be on a CT side. 4 or 5 rounds, it's already good on the CT side of this map.
Definitely. Interesting start outside of B from Nas, and fortunately, kind of whiffs on the base for it, Vinny.
Interesting and alone. It'd be a whole different story if he had some backup. Yeah, Flash to send him in there, but that's just a really confident play. Okay.
Yep.
That did happen. Snuff, 2 kills. The first of which, there was audio cues, so he just tracked the audio. Second one, not so much. Just like a single pin pulled. And I don't even think that may not have been audible from there, but there's those sitters that I was talking about. Roman getting his, but traded out. An MKT 1v3.
Decides to get in front of the Molly just for that first start, but eventually chopped down for Michigan to bring it back to a tied game. So a very nice go about it. Yeah, kind of a ridiculous one that falls the wayside of them, but eventually tracking it down. Look, I think the Aggies come back here and kind of just has to fluff this one in the way. It's a really kind of awkward time for 10th round to kind of fall that comically to the Wolverines, but you got to roll with it anyway that you have it presented, Vinny. Right here, I think the difference is it's Michigan seeing the opportunity in a map too, because right now the way that they're playing across the board could have really service of a map 3. And I know that's easy to say now that you have a tie game, but look that there's no split about this. Even Mad is pulling it all the way through, and I say that as he was the substitute, just kind of added on here at the end. Did struggle on map 1 a little bit, but right here, it should be enough sort of done here by Michigan to pull this back into a lead finally for them, but the positioning is still a little concerning, but the bomb going down now on B.
Yeah, this would be the first lead in the series, I think, for Michigan. Snuff gonna make sure that that does indeed get confirmed. Roman goes down. He'd collected an AK, and it's Nas. I think once again, just trying to like wait.
Read this passage.
You read the
Get
passage?
back in the POV. No, there was one time in the first advanced grand finals I did. I had somebody put me on the spot, and I like stuttered, and then all of the production staff in front of all the viewers called me out. It was so embarrassing.
Is that X13.
Yeah, it was X13 Take Flight.
Yeah.
It's in like the history books now. We're old men. It's like a year and a half
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, just a little while. This comeback, though, has already happened. Oh, the juicy nade. That was one HE tossed in. They break up in the smoke, though, but there's another one here. Char, that's incredible that the op is jumping like that, but doesn't get punished for it.
Ooh. Still keeping...
Oh,
a
no.
little unlucky. But still, opportunity for Starf to roll with it. These things will happen. MKT, so very far advanced positioning. Would have just kind of peeked around the corner there. Craze finally catches up, and Agent for show, unfortunately, DC'd right as that round was getting super juicy.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. I mean, the good news is that, you know, it was just there at the end of the half. And it was not around. I mean, they were in it, but not like up or anything like that. Just such a,
Oh my gosh, dude.
frustrating one.
Look, Vinny, we have a new player in the server.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
A new student they have pulled up from the ranks.
Bot Commando.
One
I
commando.
I can't even get one of these guys to show up in my matchmaking games.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
How did Michigan call him into the fray?
They got connections.
I need Bot Commando to help me out. All right.
Oh no. Hopefully everything is all good. Should be a brief technical exchange, but hopefully nothing too crazy. Hopefully campus Wi-Fi didn't just get like yoinked or something.
Well, I mean, I would hope that if that was what happened, you know, it wouldn't just be one person.
Larger fish to fry at that, you know, bridge to turn, I would say.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you. With that being said, I do wonder where Michigan are at, what they're feeling. Oh, I'm getting bad news.
Oh no.
Yeah, I feel exactly the way Marky just what he just did. Basically, TLDR, the game updated, obviously we've been talking about it. His game crashed and Steam says he has to update. Unfortunately, everybody else in the server is on the previous iteration and the server is on the previous version of the game. So, I'm going to make an executive decision here that we're probably going to be a couple minutes. And I think we're going to go hit a break. So, we will be back hopefully soon. Apologies for the delay. Alrighty, folks. Well, I have some bad news, unfortunately. Well, good news and bad news, actually. The good news is Counter Strike is updated. W. Bad news. That means that our game tonight is at a standstill. We really can't move forward. Somebody crashed. If you were not here, if you are just joining us and wondering what's happened, somebody crashed out of the game. There was an update ready to go. Steam forced them to update their game before relaunching, and so they couldn't rejoin the server on the same game version as everybody else, which means that until that gets resolved, we really can't move forward, Marky, which is tough.
Yeah, it is a little bit unfortunate, but not something I am like too much of a stranger to. But I think they're just gonna have to play on another night when these things kind of get handled, man. Little unlucky, man. Something we'll have to deal with as North Americans here as the updates come through. But hey, like we got some gun buddies, good charms on our weapons now. So thanks.
That's true. We did get a little bit of that. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate everybody watching. We got Rocket League coming up tomorrow, starting about the same time, about 8 p.m. Eastern, and then we got Overwatch on Friday. So make sure that you're looking forward to that. We thank you so much, and we'll see you next time here at the NECC.